What is the wonderful Sudama thinking? I think all of you should imbibe this kind of an introspection from him. Whenever you have riches, don't gloat over it. Don't forget yourself. How did I have all this? Where from did I have it? Will I have the sense to manage it? What should be my inner strength? What should be the extent of concern I have? To have wealth is perhaps easy. To manage it usefully, you require a lot of attention and so many inputs from different quarters. Always think of it. So he says, Vilokya brahmanastatra samruddhihi sarvasampadam. All kinds of wealth and treasure, luxury, convenience he has. Samruddhi. There is no dearth of anything. It's always an excess of everything. Tarkayamasa nirvyagraha. Nirvyagraha. Suddenly his interest was not to enjoy or rejoice over it. He was indifferent, spiritually indifferent, devotionally indifferent. Tarkayamasa. He started inquiring and thinking about Swasamurdhim ahaitugim. I have not deserved all this. I have not done anything for it. I have not prayed also before anybody. All that I did was, I heeded my wife's Sushila's words and I proceeded to Dwaraka. In Dwaraka, you know what happened actually. Now, how did all this come? And why has it been bestowed upon me? Certainly, I don't deserve it at all. So he started introspecting in this manner. Whenever you are rich, understand that the riches are not due to your prowess or your merit. In the world there are a number of articles. Gold is there, platinum is there, silver is there, copper is there, iron is there. All these are the gift of earth. The earth itself is a gift of nature, and nature itself is molded by the Supreme Lord, the Paramapurusha. So what is there for you to think that this is mine and I have got it? Even your hands, the power of hands, the power of brain, the power of mind, everything is gifted to us by nature, by God. So never have a sense of possessiveness or pride over anything. Nunam badaidan mama durbhagasya shashwadaridrasya samruddhihetuhu mahavibhuter avalokatonyo naivopapadyeda yaduttamasya. Just see what he thinks. Nunam badaidan mama durbhagasya shashwadaridrasya samruddhihetuhu. Everybody knows that I have been stark poor right from the beginning. How did such a man suddenly become super rich, super affluent? Nunam badaidan mama durbhagasya. I was the most unfortunate person in this world. Shashwadaridrasya. Constantly and all time poor. Samruddhihetuhu. How can such prosperity suddenly befall him? I can only understand one thing. All that I have done is, at the behest of Sushila, I went to Dwaraka. My old friend Krishna received me warmly. He allowed me to stay there for one night. Next day, he sent me back. This is all what I have done. I have not even spoken to him about my plight. I was feeling sorry that I did not speak. This being the case, Mahavibhuter avalokatonyo, my old friend Sri Krishna is really an embodiment of all the magnificence called prosperity. Mahavibhutehe avalokata. I became an object of his gaze. That's all what has happened. Only because he looked at me, he received me, he understood what I was doing. Only because of him, naivo papadyeda yaduttamasya, that Yaduttama, the crushed jewel of Yadu dynasty, his glance alone is responsible for whatever has happened here. Nunam badaidan mama durbhagasya shashwadaridrasya samruddhihetuhu mahavibhuter avalokatonyo naivo papadyeda yaduttamasya. Nanvabhruvano dishate samaksham yajishnave bhuryapi bhuribhojaha padjanyavattat swayamikshamano dasharhakanam rishabhasakhame. Lord Krishna, the Lord of Dwaraka, he happens to be my friend. He also acknowledges that I am his friend. We were classmates. How much did he speak about our life in the Gurukula days? So he is my friend. Nanvabruvano dishate samaksham yajishnave bhuryapi bhuribhojaha dasharkakanam rishabha bhuribhojaha me sakha yajishnave bhuri api swayam ikshamanaha samaksham abruvanaha parjanyavad tad dishate nanu. He is like the cloud. The clouds are shedding, shedding, shedding. Do the trees and plants and the earth ever beg of the clouds? They come in season they come. And there is a seasonal shower. Maybe lasting for hours, days, weeks, months, etc. depending upon the region and the area. The conventional notes. So just like the clouds, he is always prepared to shed. Dasharhakanam rishabha bhuribhojaha. He describes Krishna as the Rishabha of Dasharhakas. Me Sakha, my friend. Yajishnave bhuri abhi swayam ikshamanaha samaksham abruvanaha. He never tells them anything. The clouds do not seek the consent or permission of the plants or the trees or the earth. They just arrive in time. They shed and they go away. They will come again. So there is no necessity to entreat before him, to beseech him. Without beseeching, understanding who requires what, who needs what, and to which measure, all this thought process goes on in himself. And without being told and reminded, he does it very gracefully. Parjanyavad tad dishate nanu. He has always been bestowing upon his devotees in this manner, without having to be told specifically. And he doesn't unnecessarily tell you, I will give you this, wait for such and such a day. No such announcement also is made. Nanvabruvano dishate samaksham yajishnave bhuryavi bhuribhojaha parjanyavat tat swayami ikshamano dasharhakanam rishabhasakame. Such a friend of mine, only by his grace, only by his grandeur, only by his splendor, only by his kindness, affection, this has happened. Kinjit karotyurvapi yat swadattam suhritkridam phalgvapi bhurigari mayopanidam prithukaiga mushtim pratyagrahit pridhiyudo mahatma. Kinjit karotyurvapi yat swadattam suhritkridam phalgvapi bhurigari. See, all these are apparently divine elements. Now, Srimad Bhagavatam gives you some description which are of a very human nature and which you should emulate, embody, incorporate, include in your life. Kinjit karotyurvapi yat swadhattam. Suppose he has given something in abundant measure. He considers that I have given only very small measure, practically nothing. At the same time, suhritkridam phalgvabhibhurikari. Whatever the friend has given or devotee has given, even if it is a small measure, he considers it is a Himalayan measure, a Meru measure. Whatever he gives in abundant measure, he thinks of it in a trifling manner. And whatever others give in a trifle, he thinks of it as a huge, a big quantity. Mayopanidam prithukaiga mushtim. Mayopanidam, a poor man who has got only starvation to report and suffer. We did not have anything. Sushila went a-begging, and after that she got 4 handfuls of flattened rice, and that too dirty, not very clean. They must have been rejected in the homes where she went. And such things she brought, gave it to me, poor man. I could never say anything because we were a starving house. And I took it, bundled up in a torn piece of cloth. I was so shameful to give it to him. He snatched it from me, took a handful of that flattened rice. Just see, mayopanidam prithukaiga mushtim, eka mushtim, Prutugam. Only one mushti he took. Pratyagrahit Pridiyudo Mahatma. He took it and started chewing it. Pridiyudo. And the extent and depth of joy he evinced while eating it. Oh, indescribable. And what of it? What is it that I give? A very small quantity of flattened rice. And see what has happened. What I have given him is a negligible something. And what he has given me back is indescribably huge and plentiful. Tasyaiva me sahurda saukhya maitri dasyam punarjanmani janmani syad mahanubhavena gunalayena vishajjadaha tatpurusha prasangaha. These are verses which anyone can recite and feel in all attunement for. Tasyaiva me sauhrda saukhya maitri dasyam punarjanmani janmani syat. You know, we are not very sure whether our life ends with this embodiment. Our tradition says that we are going to be born again and again. Of course, birth and death are not a short-time affair. Many people are dying, many people also are getting born. So the sequence of birth and death will continue eternally. We cannot say for an indefinite length of time. In that process we may also have another birth. Suppose it is happening. Tasyaiva me sauhridam sakhyam maitri dasyam. With the same Lord Sri Krishna, with the same Lord, I must have my friendship as close I have had this time. Sakhya. And also a benefactor feeling, maitri, somebody with whom you can interact very freely, give and take, dasyam, and also servitude in the sense to be a servant. Tasyaiva me sauhrda sakhya maitri dasyam punarjanmani janmani syat. As many births I am going to have in this world, in all of them without exception, I must have this kind of an all-fold closeness and the opportunity to serve him again and again, with whom mahanubhavena gunalayena vishajjadaha tat purusha prasangaha. Mahanubhavena gunalayena. Krishna is a magnificent soul. Gunalayena. He is an abode, a seat of all qualities, virtues and excellences. With him I must have a very special association. Tat purusha prasangaha. A close association with him. This is my prayer. Tasyaiva me sauhrda sakhya maitri dasyam punarjanmani janmani syat mahanubhavena gunalayena vishajjadaha tat purusha prasangaha. Bhaktaya chitra bhagavan hi sampado rajyam vibhudir na samarthayatyajaha adirgha bodhaya vichakshana swayam pashyan nipadam dhaninam madodbhavam. Bhaktaya chitra bhagavan hi sampado rajyam vibhudir na samarthayatyajaha. Bhaktaya chitra bhagavan hi sampado. For a true devotee, Bhagavan himself is all the wealth, treasure and prosperity. There is nothing else, nothing beyond. Rajyam vibhudir na samarthayatyajaha. Rajyam vibhudihi na samarthayatyajaha. The Supreme Lord is not prepared to bestow on a true devotee something like kingdom or empire or different types of glories and resources. Nothing he wants to gift them. You know why? For a true devotee, Bhagavan alone is the most colorful prosperity and treasure. Adirgha bodhaya vichakshana swayam pashyan nipadam dhaninam madodbhavam. All the people who have considerable wealth, what has happened to them? They have all fallen. They have been drowned by it. You see, when our country was not independent, nobody had any opportunity to get hold of money or do corruption here. The country has become much more prosperous now. Quite a number of people are there occupying the powers, the seats of power. Now what extent of corruption has crept in? When wealth grows, men decay. This is the law of nature. The same applies to the devotee kingdom also. If they want to have the benefit of true and wholesome devotion, they should have only moderate means to live, never an excess measure of it. Bhaktaya chitra bhagavan hi sampado rajyam vibhudir na samarthayatyajaha. The immortal Lord, the Supreme Lord, He never wants to shower on any good devotee anything like fortune, wealth and the like. Adirgha bodhaya vichakshana swayam pashyannibadam. Why? They will always have their downfall in the hands of wealth. This is particularly seen dhaninam madodbhavam. Generally wealth instills pride in the people and they get infatuated. And with the infatuation they misbehave, they misspend, they enter into all kinds of corruption and wrong practices. In order to avoid this, the merciful Lord never easily gifts anybody with wealth at all. At the same time, we have the instance of Prahlada being asked by Narahari to sit on the throne and ensure the welfare of all people. You remember what I said? Bhogena punyam kushalena papam kalevaram kalajavena hitva kirtim vishuddham suraloka geetam vidaya mameshyasi mukta bandhaha. So Prahlada was told, you sit on the throne, administer the kingdom, ensure the welfare of all the people belonging to your community and clan, and spreading your fame, not alone here, elsewhere also in the higher kingdoms, you come to be liberated, he said. Because he was a very well-established devotee. All the others are not like that. So God is very careful in the matter of giving prosperity to people. Who says? Sudama says. This is a watchword for all of us. Itham vyavasito buddhya bhakto adiva janardane vishayan jayayatyakshan bubuje nadilambadaha. Now Sudama has got all this prosperity. What should be his insight, his point of view, his guiding line for it? He says, Itham vyavasito buddhya, using his intelligence very wisely, reflecting upon in this manner, he decided, Bhakto adiva janardane. His devotion to Janardana increased all the more. Many times it became manifold. Vishayan jayaya tyakshan bhupuje nadilam padaha. Vishayan tyakshan. What did he have in his mind? Constantly he was feeling, I should abandon all this. I don't want. I prefer devotion to all this prosperity, abundance and luxury. So mentally he was wanting to renounce. But yet, because Sushila was there, the children were there, along with Jayaya, Sushila, his wife, Anna Adilampadaha Bubuje, he never became indulgent. He never became greedy. He never gloated on whatever he had. In a moderate measure, with a lot of control, moderation and regulation, he was passively carrying on his days, using the minimum of necessities for the purpose. Tasya vai deva devasya harer yajnapadeh prabhoho brahmanah prabhavo devam natebhyo vidyate param. Tasya vai deva devasya harer yajnapadeh prabhoho brahmanah prabhavo devam natebhyo vidyate param. See, all these reminiscence of Sudama, Shukamuni is narrating, and he finally makes a concluding remark here. Tasya vai deva devasya harehe yajnapadehe prabhoho. Tasya vai deva devasya harehe yajnapadehe prabhoho brahmanah prabhavo devam natebhyo vidyate param. This is a very, very critical evaluative statement. Tasya vai deva devasya harehe yajnapadehe prabhoho. We consider God to be the Supreme Lord. And he has also some other descriptions and adjectives. What are they? Deva devasya. He is a God of all gods. Harehe, Lord Hari, Yajnapatehe, the presiding deity of all sacrifices, the Lord of all sacrifices. Sache Prabhu, Brahmanaha, Prabhavo Devam. That Lord Hari himself considers Brahmanas as the real lords. Devam, God also. Na tebhyo vidyate param. For God, there is nothing greater than the Brahmanas. Now this statement, normally people may not appreciate, they don't understand. Suddenly the idea of caste difference, etc. comes. It is not so. Brahma Swabhava is a Swabhava that is immanent in some people. Right from the beginning, they will always be given to a spiritual life of what? Austerity, contemplation, refinement and enlightenment. It is such people who have always learned the Vedas, perpetuated that learning, devoted their life only to propagating or disseminating the Vedas. They are custodians of the Vedas. You should imagine, Vedas were evolved in prehistoric times, many years back ago. At that time there was no printing, there's hardly very much writing. So everything had to be learned from mouth to ear, mouth to ear. This is how it was being learned. So how much of devotion, piety, resignation and resolve, wholesomeness was necessary in order to preserve this treasure. So they were preserving it. Their whole sole duty was to learn first and to teach the others. Similarly, to officiate over sacrifices. Such Brahmanas, embodiments of austerity, Lord Krishna, Lord Hari considers them to be really the lords of the world. For them, the veritable God is the Brahmana himself. Na tebhyo vidyate param. Shukamuni concludes. Evam sa vipro bhagavat suhrittada drishtva swabhrityairajidam parajidam tadhyana vegodgrathita atmabandhana tadhamalebhe achiratah sadam gadim. Evam sa vipro bhagavat suhrittada. Vyasadeva is concluding the narration, the Sudama story, the Sudama episode. Evam sa vipro, thinking and evaluating in this manner, reassuring himself in this manner, that Brahmana, Bhagavat Suhrittada, he was not an ordinary Brahmana. Bhagavat Suhrid, he is the close friend of Bhagavan, Lord Krishna. Tada, then, Drishtva Swabhrityaihi Ajidam Parajidam. Drishtva Swabhrityaihi Ajidam Parajidam. Evam sa vipro Bhagavat Suhrittada. Drishtva Swabhrityaihi Rajidam Parajidam. Tadhyana vegodgrathita atmabandhana tadhamalebhe ajiratas sadam gadim. This is the concluding verse in the whole narration. This is made by Vyasadeva. He is making an observation. Evam sa vipraha, in this manner that Brahmana, Bhagavat Suhrittada, the friend of Bhagavan Lord Krishna, tada drishtva, he saw, swabhrityaihi ajidam parajidam. Normally, God is considered to be ajita. Ajita means unconquerable, unsubduable. That God, swabhrityaihi parajidam. When it comes to the question of his devotees, he is defeated by the devotees. Himself is unconquerable. But when somebody has devotion, the devotion ties him very firmly and he becomes subdued by devotion. Here what happened? Generally when somebody gives you a gift, when he gives you, it becomes yours. Until then it is not yours. Sushila sent a small bundle of flattened rice. Sudama carried it. After a few hours of being together, etc., finally Sudama was not prepared to give him. He was feeling very shy. Then Krishna crossed all limits and he said, have you brought any upayana for me?